Hey, my name is Jeremy. You know, I wanted to share a story with you, and just from something that I have overcome, but I'm grateful to have been able to overcome it. And I started this as a way of giving people the opportunity to support me in this area and in this project in a way that you see best. Now, with that out of the way, I wanted to share a story with you about my dad. My dad was murdered over 10 years ago, and the case is still ongoing. I'd be lying to you if most of what people had said about him after his death, all the mean things that they had to say, I'd be lying to you if I told you they weren't true. But part of that is this story. I remember when I contemplated suicide when I was 16. And I remember the night that I received Jesus in my heart. And the first thing that God started working with me on was forgiving my dad. Because you see, growing up after my parents divorced when I was 10, and my dad became very abusive in multiple ways. And I promise you, it was not what people thought on the outside, because you see, also my dad owned a business for almost 20 years. And on the outside, everyone wanted to have the lifestyle and get the things that he was buying and all of that, because my dad was very flashy. What people saw in the business was not what happened in the household, and I'll just leave it there. But I remember when all of those people were saying those mean things, all I could think about is how much God went out of his way to make a way for my dad, using me as a channel. You see, no one is a lost cause. No matter what you've done, what you could have done, what you should have, could have, would have done better, none of that stops God from loving you. No matter what. You see, because when Jesus died, the blood that he shed on the cross paid a price much bigger than your mistakes. And I remember that when I got the phone call, I got the official phone call, when I was halfway with my mom and my siblings to our annual family vacation that we go to Iowa. I'm from North Alabama, so from North Alabama to Iowa, it's about a 12-hour drive. We stopped midway and we got the phone call. I started this Patreon account simply because I wanted to be able to find a way to encourage people and breathe life into you. There are so many things when it comes to emotions, when it comes to our thoughts, when it comes to everything around us, our community, and people who want to come in and try and fix us, right? And also those of you who can't relate to any of this, and also you have a heart for those who are grieving. This is for you too. Because one of the biggest things that I realized when I was grieving was, one, people who came out of the woodwork that I hadn't seen or heard of since I was literally like 5 years old. Had no idea who they were. Hadn't seen them. I only saw photos of them with a 1980s haircut, and I was realized, I'm like, wow, that's that person. My goodness. And then after a month of them coming out of the woodwork, they disappeared as if they never even existed. And then there were those people that tried to fix me, but I just needed those who would just shut up and listen and be present, because someone's presence had left. What I want to dig into even as well is for those of you who have a heart for your friends and family who are hurting and want to be a support but not be an annoyance. That's huge, because those who are grieving really just want those who understand to be around instead of those who want to be involved around. Because a lot of people who want to feel a sense of self-importance will also too gravitate around those who are grieving. And I remember that. I remember all of that. And when I remember reflecting back to all of the things that I wish I had done better, all the opportunities that I realized I had missed, You know, and the ironic part about that too is that all the things that I recognized historically that I could have, should have, would have been better, were only because of the season of life I was in currently. We are growing as people. That's what adulting is just evolving and growing into certain things. But I want to share from my heart to yours how I was able to overcome it, both the emotions, the mental thoughts. I mean, the insane tidal wave of mental warfare that goes on it's just, there's no words to put to it. And you need outlets. You need these things that are going to help you process. You need to be able to find the right community that's going to be able to support you. And that's why I created this platform. For any which way that is best for you, get plugged in. Let's work together. I want to walk beside you, and also to walk beside those who this platform is going to be able to enable to help and to encourage and breathe life into you and those that you know. Because here's the thing, you can't pour out of an empty cup. But also too, you need to keep your head in the game. My number one goal of this is, if you are grieving, I want to help you not only keep your mind focused and sharp, not only knowing which way is true north, right? But also too, while you're healing, to become a channel of love and life to other people. I know it sounds cheesy, but it's the truth. But I want you to make healthy choices as you're grieving, but also those who cannot relate, to be a healthy support to those who are. If you can connect with any of those facets, I'd love to have you as a part of the community. And please get plugged in any way that you feel comfortable. And I look forward to seeing you on the other side.